Oh, now I see it.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Musa again with another episode of Mo Football. And as you
Thank
can
you.
see, we do have Abby from Junction FC,
Hi.
Illinois.
The
And
only
we're
one
here.
that matters.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And so today's goal is to just have a quick recap of everything soccer that happened over the weekend.
Hmm.
And since we have you on first, we'll probably start with your inaugural um first few games, girls and boys.
Yes. So exciting.
And from
Super
there we'll
so.
talk maybe a little bit of EPL, and PSL,
Okay.
USL. So it's going to be a very interesting part, and hopefully we'll have a few guests join us.
Sounds good.
Yes, and at the very end, I still have it one. Actually, I have two giveaways for CD. Um, so
Ooh,
something very interesting coming up.
giving something away.
Yes, I want a giving mood. So Abby,
Good.
so
Yeah,
I understand you went to Iowa today,
we
over
did.
the weekend to have the first men game,
Yes,
and
we
the ladies also
did.
played. So could
They
you tell us a little bit
did.
more about, first your travel to Iowa? How was it? And from there, your experience on starting a brand new club, players, the whole
Emotional
admin
experience.
life.
Yeah. Oh my word, what a weekend. So first it was really crazy because like context and backstory is that Adam and I, the vice president, we met 12 years ago in our very first pro sports gig in sports entertainment. And we've always left from the same parking lot to go to like away days. Every time, every sport that we've worked in or just supported or whatever, we've always left from the same parking lot. And so, like, we kind of had a moment where we were just like, it's our show this time that we're going to put on. Like 12 years in the making, you know, so many road trips leaving from that parking lot where we either were just spectating or we were supporting other like friend clubs or we like, as Junction, but like supporting other clubs, like,
Right.
or working for the clubs that we used to work for. We've always left from the same parking lot, but like just hit a little different this time when we rolled out. And it was like crazy, I think that it really hit us
Mhm.
about that moment. Because, you know, Junction has been Junction for maybe about a year or so now. Don't quote me, I'm tired.
Fair.
Before that, it was Decatur Pro Soccer Project.
Mhm.
Um, and then before that, it wasn't, but I was with, trying to help Diablos, and that was a whole thing in itself. Um, and then even before that, though, sports has always been like, for both of us, like our thing, our outlet, separately and together. Like he's always loved sports. I've always loved sports. We've loved doing it as a duo on multiple aspects. It's always been like we've always been in community-based sports. We've always been in like fan engagement and getting to know people and like just being goofy um um and outside of that aspect for me, like I've always volunteered with like Special Olympics and
Mhm.
other organizations that use sports to like reach the communities and stuff. And um it was just crazy that it was real on Saturday. The women played on Friday, don't get me wrong, and that was real. It was
Right.
real when I put a Junction jersey on whatever day that was, Monday, Tuesday, that I went to see the ladies train, and like I got to put a Junction jersey on. That was real. And like,
Yes.
it's been real, but like it was real on Saturday. Adam about broke. He no, he did. Adam Adam got to experience, I guess, the stress that it slipped my mind that he hasn't experienced yet, because
Okay.
it had like, I guess, slipped my mind because he so naturally has always been a part of, like, as long as I've been in sports, he's been involved as my best friends. But like this was Adam in vice president mode on a match day, and it was a new experience for him to like not be being paid by the organization, like by being the organization. And he had a moment where I had to be like, Adam,
That
get your
wake
shit
up?
together now. And then there was a little moment later where I was like, Adam, I don't need any more fines. Shut your mouth, because he was yelling at the refs. But we were, that was the situation in itself. But anyway,
Yeah. So when
um,
so what would you say, when did it hit? Was it like at the whistle, or was it when you got into um the soccer park? Or is it just the whole process of like, going from your car, driving
uh,
hours to the game, and then so is it like an automatic like, oh snap, today is the day?
you
Or is
know,
it when you hear the first whistle, the first goal, or the first Junction
I
FC?
think that it was. I thought that I had that moment at multiple times throughout the day, but like
Okay.
every time that I had that moment, it just got better and better and better. Like, so, like, that moment was, we always get the most obscenely unhealthy snacks and drinks for the road. Like, we went
Okay.
in there, like, Adam bought an energy drink, and I made good choices like a grown adult. And then we got in a car as the co-president and vice president of Junction FC, like grown adults, and we just took our little grown adult selves to run the show this time. And so I thought that the parking lot was a moment. Um, I thought that um I
We
thought
could
that
tell by
Adam's
your face
meltdown. No,
that
no,
it
no, no,
was a
no,
lot.
no.
No?
No, no, it's good. I just don't want you to miss the good parts. So I'm trying to break it down because like right now, like I'm so excited, my mind's going a million miles a minute. So Adam having a breakdown was one of those moments. Because Adam in sports typically is the goofball. He's Mr.
Okay.
Fun. Adam's the one who's got everybody like laughing, and when people are pissed off, Adam's fixing that. And so for me, that was like I got to babysit Adam too, and like snap him out of that. But it was very quick, and I'm very proud of him. Actually, he did great. And I expected him to have a meltdown just because we know each other so well that I knew it was going to happen at some point.
Yes, it has
Um,
to.
yeah, I think the live stream ending was a
Mhm.
moment because there's always a match day chaos moment, always, and so the live stream is a whole thing. It's league required. The home team has to stream the match, and
Right.
or it's 24-hour blah blah blah. But to us, we're gonna stream it, so we don't even worry about that. Um, but it got overheated, and we lost the stream at some point, and that was like, oh man. But at that point, no offense, Laura and Kenan, but it wasn't my problem this time because we were the away team.
Yep.
So
That's the
sucks
part of
for
being
you.
away.
Yeah, sucks for you, but I'm down here enjoying the moment also. But if you need me, let me know. I'll come help. But like, you got it. You can't do anything about an overheated iPad.
Nope.
Anyway, when Vince actually when Joyce almost scored a goal,
Hmm.
that hit pretty hard because that was the first big adrenaline moment
Okay.
of the season. I thought like I thought he was gonna get one. And then when Vince scored, that was a moment. You know, at some point in there was a moment where I just kind of like sat and I just took a deep breath, and I don't know, I can't describe it. I just kind of sat there like, holy shit.
That's where the
Like that
everything
was a
starts.
moment. But then I had to snap back into it because we were in the middle of a match. But I took a second. And then probably my favorite part of the night, it wasn't the most like wow moment, but it was a really special moment.
Hmm.
And I did post about this, but just to have it on. So one of our players, Spencer Vincent is his name, his mom was there, and she told us, Adam and I, that when Spencer was a kid, for his birthday, he came and played one of our on-field promos at our very first sports job. and that's like one of
Nice.
his favorite
Mhm.
memories, and that like that was one of his favorite childhood. So like it hit me now that this is round two of Adam and I giving Spencer Vincent an opportunity to create lifelong memories, just like we did 12 years ago when he was a kid running around in our veggie race. Like a little higher stakes this time, I think I said online, but it's those those are the reasons that we did this. Realistically, like I'm stoked. I We came and we performed like so good. I'm superstitious, so I'm not gonna make predictions because I'm
Oh no,
super
you're in the
superstitious, right?
you're in the office. You cannot make prediction
I'm
anymore.
saying like no, that too, but like I mean like how if we're gonna yay nay it, like I
Mhm.
won't even say how I think like the vibe is gonna go. That's how like I no.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say like I like what I see. So um I don't know, man. Like
I,
to be
I
able
I'll
to
def
provide this moment, that's what really matters. I don't care about a trophy. Yes, I do because I love to win. I love to win and I want a trophy. Don't let that get lost.
Mhm.
But those types of moments, the really special ones, like round 2 of giving Spencer like a platform to go run and play with his friends. How freaking cool is that, right? That was my favorite moment of the day, to be honest. To be honest.
Well,
Um,
it's always a journey. So, every time you have one of those,
yeah.
you know, those those milestones that make you think, "Oh wow," even though the end goal is a trophy or
Oh hell yeah.
wins, but
Oh
at
hell
least
yeah.
it's the journey and all those milestones. So
Mhm.
was that first goal on the first game, right?
That
Yes.
was
So how about on the
yeah.
ladies' side?
Yeah,
How
so oh, go ahead.
no? So how I guess takeaways from that game? Um,
Yeah, so we watched both of well, I watched live both of them, but we watched together, Adam and I, like, we had it playing, both of
right.
us on our phones as we were going throughout the match day
Mhm.
at the bar because we met up for food and, we met some of the Cedar Rapids staff before, the match unintentionally, actually. They told us, like they said that they weren't gonna be able to make it, and so Adam and I just went because they suggested to go there. And then
Right.
we saw some people. I hadn't met anyone that I had been talking to, Laura specifically, like, or any of the other people besides Ken.
Right.
And so I saw people walk in with Cedar Rapids shirts on. So of course I started running my mouth. Not friendly, but I was like, "Hey, are we gonna have a problem?" And Laura was like, "Oh, hey," and I was like, "Oh, Laura." It's like, it
I
ended
was
up
like, no
being,
problem.
yeah, no, it wasn't gonna be a problem anyway. But yeah, so we ended up hanging out with them and we were watching the women's game, as we were hanging out and talking and watching the women's games. We were getting set up for the match and God, watching them get a win as we got ready for our men, like that was freaking oh, so amazing, man. So amazing. Like best feeling in the world. And shout out to Mark and everyone else too, but especially Mark for making that happen. That was all him, man. I'm just like the glorified cheerleader of the women's side. He did all the work over there, you know.
It's teamwork, teamwork.
It is, but like I know he's low key and he's low key like behind the scenes. Like he's not like he's really animated. You should watch him coach sometime. I
Mhm.
love it, but I definitely have more of the face and the social media presence. I think we all know that, but I don't want it to be lost how freaking how crucial Mark is to the whole organization, but like he did the women's side. I literally like I'm I answer questions sometimes. I make some connections sometimes. Like he did it all. And so I'm very thankful. So but to watch them win after they lost the day before, but they got a goal, man, and I was so stoked to see that. So stoked,
You have to crawl before you run, right? So
Exactly.
the
That's what
first
I'm
thing is a
saying.
goal. Yes.
I, I'm just happy to see
Mhm.
people wearing our badge, to be honest.
Mhm.
Like that's a win in itself. So, but yeah, the
Awesome.
women's killed it, killed it, killed it, killed it, killed it. So I'm very excited to see how they do too. Again, I don't like to talk. I'm superstitious, so but loving that.
I
So,
think all of us sports that played sports before are very superstitious.
hmm
So it's I think it's from wearing gears to not saying things out loud. So I totally understand that part. So I understand for the girls, the next will be
Don't.
Lufius.
Can
Is
you
it
not? I don't even know what day it is. I know, well, it's on Monday because it's chaotic, but like the
okay?
date, I don't know what date it is.
Okay.
What is this weekend?
Yeah, I think it.
This
I
is
may
what's
have
today, the
seen
20th? That
something.
makes
Yes.
Monday, Tuesday. I don't want to do math right now.
Yeah.
Can you
Oh,
just, you
yeah.
have two
But
screens. Can you just pull it up?
yes, I
Let's be honest.
believe
Can
there's.
I
I
blame the
believe
cancer? Can I pull
yes.
that card this early?
No, there's a lot of dates,
No,
and
for real.
I'm
It's a
I'm
lot
there.
going on right now.
Yeah,
So,
but I believe so. That's But I think,
what is this
well,
weekend though? For real, I
a
really
very
don't
good
know.
shout out though will be for our good friends at that had put the schedule together for you guys already.
2021,
Remember, as you
22. Oh, the St.
recall,
Louis soccer.
soccer.
Yeah, they did have it on there, didn't they?
Yes.
And I think it was
So
Blue Fuse today or this
yeah.
weekend.
So it looks like what we'll
That was it.
do is maybe after this stream, what we'll do at the same time is that
Mhm.
we'll put a link up there
Yes.
as well.
Thank you for
So
doing
that
that, by the
way,
way. Thank you for
yes, shout out.
including us.
Hey, and you see, you just say the word in a
The
quick line, and then bam, they had it, and that's pretty much
beauty of football.
yes, and that's pretty much what I use also to look sort of
Mhm.
put my schedule together. Um,
I'll
so
share it too,
yes,
by the way.
there's definitely a group that we want to make sure we promote them. And the nice thing about their group also is that any players that have played in St. Louis or has connection to St. Louis, they
Mhm.
will also keep track of their progress no matter where they
Oh, I
go in
love
the
that.
world.
That's
So anywhere
amazing. I
there's
love that.
soccer connection or St. Louis connection,
Mhm.
they're there as well. So
Man, that's awesome.
yes,
Definitely gonna, yeah, I'm gonna give them a share. I was gonna anyway, but like, make sure you watch my page too. I'm gonna share it, so I'll make sure I promote them. That's
yes,
amazing.
and I'm very bad with names because
It was
as you
like
can
Soccer
see,
Tracker, St. Louis Soccer Tracker, something like that.
yes, it is
Yeah.
STL Socket
I just
Tracker.
read that today. Otherwise, I wouldn't remember. I
Yes,
have such a bad memory.
and so and also the tracker. There is no e at the end. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this in the chat. So that will be
Mhm.
their shout out. Anything St. Louis soccer, that's the place to be. Awesome. So yes, so I guess I won't question you of when the boys plays next
Oh, I'm
as
sure it's
well.
this weekend too. What is the date this weekend? I honestly don't know.
There's a lot of crazy events. And
This
for
is a
us,
Bryce
we also have
question.
yes. But it should be on there too. So and then for
It's
us,
on my
St. Louis,
phone, but I'm not touching my phone.
we have the whole St. Louis event tomorrow. So I'm sure our calendars are
What is it?
um,
Do you have the schedule on there? The men's schedule? No, the men's schedule. Do you have it? Socials, Junction socials.
we can
Yeah,
yeah. Let's see one.
my bestie's pulling it up for us. So yeah, let's keep going. Ash is pulling it up while we.
Look at you. You
Oh,
even
pull up,
have
pull up,
it.
pull up.
You have assistance on that side too. Look at you.
No, no, not my assistant.
No, assistance.
Oh,
Assistance.
I thought.
Oh, so will you be
Hold on a
Trinidad and
minute.
Tobago versus
Hold on a
Grenada
minute.
World Cup
This is my.
qualifier? Uh-oh.
Mm, yes,
Uh-oh.
I'm calling you out. My college roommate. Yes.
So wait, so is that qualifier
Oh,
here
you
in
too.
St.
What?
Louis?
Oh, you liked it. Okay, you just didn't follow it.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna be like, oh, Ash doesn't even follow Junction FC, but you liked it.
Ooh,
So I
busted.
don't know enough about Facebook to be. I hate social media. That's the irony of all this. Yeah, I know we both do. I was gonna be like, the hell's wrong with you? Anyway,
So it
you
looks like
did.
Prince underscore Hood just
Here
asked
we
if
go.
we will be at the Trinidad and Tobago versus
Okay,
Grenada
June 1st.
CONCACAF World Cup qualifier. But the question is it in St. Louis? That I do not know.
When is June 1st? Is that's next week, right? This
Wow, is
weekend?
it June already?
Oh yeah, I guess I
You
could
know,
look on your
that's a
calendar.
good
That makes sense.
question.
You're so smart, Ash. Gosh, you're so smart. Ashley says you can look at my calendar. Oh yeah, I could. I'm so. How do you say?
I think I'm just
No, I got
going
it. I
to
got it. I got
check
it.
where
Calendar.
this Trinidad. and Tobago against.
It's next weekend. Okay. So men's. Oh God. Thank God. I thought we had a match this weekend. I was having manic. I was stress vomiting. I'm not gonna lie. Whew. Adam, we got another week. Whew. Oh my
Now,
God. I can breathe.
so now I
Okay.
need to know if Prince tells me when that next
W.
game is for that qualifier. I would like to know that.
Did you say it was what? CONCACAF?
Yes,
Mm.
I don't see it on here, but I think the fun part is that Prince, if you've watched one of my last interview was with Jesse Williams. He's the defender for Trinidad and Tobago. So if it's in St. Louis or near St. Louis and he's playing, I will make sure I'm there.
Solid, solid,
Yes. And
solid
he also
chance.
plays for Chattanooga. Oh, so it's on June
I don't
5th,
see a chat.
24.
Oh no, I see the chat.
So if I'm not there, I'll be watching it for sure. But Jesse's my guy. So hopefully you're following Trinidad and Tobago because that's who I will be cheering for. All right. So while we're waiting for the others, anything else you want to talk about Junction FC or should
I was very, very shocked at how similar Cedar Rapids is to Central
Mhm,
Illinois. Like we have very similar, like all the big, I don't know, like brands and stuff, all the same, like
right?
Pepsi, and they have like Quaker Oats, and we have Kraft, like all the corn. Like, I mean, but even their markets, because that's our specialty, right? Is reading a market,
Right.
and that's what we were doing because we're nerds, and that's what we do. We're nerds, and we're visionaries. We're always picturing things, and so we like to
Fair.
go to like stadiums early and stuff. So we of course we were assessing everything, and it's crazy how similar like our situations are. Cedar Rapids and Central Illinois are just very, very, very similar, and
Mhm.
that was really fun. But the best part was like after the match when we went to meet Kenan and the squad. You know what? They like to karaoke too. And so
Oh
I was
boy.
like, "Oh man, what a fun friendship this is going to be." So that was a great part of Saturday. Was that Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. I
Yes.
don't even know what day that was. What else
It's
what am I forgetting about? What else did I do this weekend? Hmm. With Junction, I mean.
well, yes, of course.
I don't know if you know this, but did you see the gray, the tanks, the shirts they wore to warm up? The gray shirts with the
Yes, I
mid-state tank.
have. Yes.
Guess what those really were? They're not the
As
warm-up
a
tops, right? Because the warm-up tops are the Hurricane 2 tops.
mhm.
Those
So,
were my backup plan. Because you know how I always plan for worst case scenario?
well, you have to.
We were taking way too long to decide on the kits, and a part of it was me like being sick. Just there, it's a whole thing.
Mhm.
So we're not going to get into it, but like I've not been good, and it's been a while, but I'm just telling people. So anyway, it took us forever. So those were actually my backup plan for if the jerseys didn't get here on time. Olive in York, shout out by the way, because they literally called the factory and was like, put Junction FC to the top of your list immediately. Like we need to get them their kits. So
All
great,
right,
like
season starting.
great service. So the one thing is the socks do always come separately. So the socks that you saw were not the socks that go with the kit, and that's fine because we didn't create the content for the actual kit drop yet. I just can't wait because I'm a bad secret keeper when I'm excited, and so whatever. Um, yeah, so those were my worst case scenario backup plan. So that was your in real life, like look into the Hot Mess Express and how we always make it work. I'm always planning for the most catastrophic thing that could happen. Like I quite literally have it prepared for when I die for Adam to have a step-by-step instruction book on what he needs to. I'm not kidding.
Hey, well,
I was an honors student studying law when I dropped out for this whole soccer thing. Like not even a year ago. I'm always prepared. Like
it's fair enough. Well,
so those gray
you
training
have to
or
be
warm up
ready.
kits were our backup plan for if our jerseys from like did not come in on time because we couldn't decide on a design. Which here's the most fun part. You want to know when the jerseys came in?
The night before.
The night before, Bryce and I were tracking that lifetime. Oh my God, texting back and forth. Anytime one of us saw an update, it's here, it's here, it's here. And then oh my God, they got here the night before we played our inaugural match. How Hot Mess Express, but pulling through last minute can you get? That is Abby Hammer style. That is Abby Hammer style. I always make it happen.
Advertise, free
Always.
advertisement.
Always make it happen. And if not, I always have a backup plan. So that was a fun story. But other than that, yeah, match day chaos. It all kind of gets all blended together, and I'm just happy with the end result as a whole.
Well, hey, you always have to prepare for the worst because I
Yeah.
have heard teams, I think, in the women's league in England
Hmm.
where a team equipment manager forgot to put in the socks that went with their gear, so they had to purchase it from the opposite team.
Yep, that's happened.
Yeah,
That
so
happens. That happens a
yeah,
lot in sports behind the scenes. And do you know how we avoided that happening? Do you know how we made sure that the jerseys all got where they needed to be? We had them shipped to Bryce because he's the responsible one.
okay. Wow, Bryce is having a lot of responsibilities.
He really is the responsible one. No, no, no. We're very thankful. His family's very supportive. His dad founded Mid State, the youth club, so like they're
Okay.
very familiar with the operations side of
Mhm.
things. And you know, they to be clear, before I was 6, they were amazingly supportive. They are
Yeah.
amazing. But especially like since I've came out about being sick, like they're washing our jerseys. Like when the socks
Mm,
didn't come in last minute, like I was out already going to buy socks, and Bryce is like, "No, my family's got all these white Nike socks, and we'll just wear them. They're just gonna donate them." And I'm just like, "Oh my God!" Like Bryce and his
nice.
family are coming in clutch. I really truly appreciate everything that they do and have done, and even before that, all their contributions. Like they're amazing. But Bryce is, yeah, definitely the more responsible one. We're
So you
very
want to
open
give them
about
a
that.
shout out? You know, their club.
Oh, Mid-State. Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
I think everybody knows. I try to not take the spotlight off Bryce. I try to appreciate everything that his family does while keeping the spotlight on Bryce because I'm very afraid that that's going to get too muddied up when Bryce, in his own right, is an absolute powerhouse. Like that boy, man, sorry, I call everybody boy, sorry. That man, like he's amazing. He's sharp. He knows business in and out. He really cares about the culture part. He's very valuable in that he knows everything from a player aspect as well, and because of his familiar, I can't, whatever, how familiar he is with the operations of a soccer club, you know, because of his father founding Mid-State.
Mhm.
Like, you know, because it does help to have that background, you know, like
Yes.
so he's the total package. Definitely for Junction specifically because of his ties, like, to being a Decatur local, and he
Sure.
played, you know, Mid-State, and then he played Milliken, and now
Yep.
he's writing the Junction FC story, and yeah, like, he rocks, he's amazing,
Sounds like you might have to put them
yeah,
on the field too, if needed
yeah,
be.
who knows? Who knows?
Awesome, awesome. So yes, so it looks like was that like the full story? So after, so how did the boys and the ladies feel after their first games? Any feedback? You know, how did that,
Yeah.
the whole atmosphere going after these initial games?
To be honest, I there's a lot that happens post-match.
Right.
So obviously being the woman, Adam went to the locker room while I
Yeah.
handled the business stuff. So, but he was telling me that the vibes were just great, and he
Nice.
posted a video of them, you know, breaking it down, and
Yep.
it
I
looked
saw
really
that.
fun. And it I helped him carry some things like up to the locker room, and it smelled horrible, so I
It is
didn't
a
care.
locker.
I didn't care that I was not a part of that. I love you all, but let me tell you, I have smelled some horrible things in my 12 whatever years in sports.
Mhm.
That was a whole new
Hey,
gross.
they
So
it was all sweat,
it
blood, and
wasn't all them.
tears.
To be fair, it's a like active. It's an actively used locker room. It wasn't all them, but
Mhm.
I'm very sensitive to smell. So like going in there at all, even if they weren't in there, just that smelly locker room in general was not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but it's not your fault either. It's your facilities. It's
It's
nasty, but
just
it was gross. It
it's
was
just
gross.
part of
So I messed
blood,
out on
sweat,
that.
and tears.
But I would sure hope that if they didn't have a good experience, they told us. But from
Mhm.
the feedback I'm getting, that I'm talking with some players and stuff, I haven't had a lot of time. Mondays are my busy days.
Yep.
I've been swamped today, but the interactions that I have had have been really positive. You know, they've been very thankful to us, which kind of caught me off guard. Because I'm very thankful to them. So it's like weird. It's like, don't thank me. No, like what? Like I literally we wouldn't be here if you weren't playing. So what the heck? Like don't thank me. But like it's been really fun to see that they're very like being positive to this and having a good time. And when the women got their jerseys in and we were just like kind of like Mark's wife Nicole was taking pictures
Right.
that you saw on social media,
Yep.
and we were just having fun with the camera and stuff. They were juggling and stuff. um those vibes were so good, and it seems like everyone's having a really good time. It really does. I would sure hope that. So, but I'm not
Good.
a mind reader, so I don't like to put words in people's mouths. That's a big thing for me. Like it seems to me from an outsider looking in that they're having a good time, and the
Which is
feedback
good.
that I'm getting has been positive. So I would also hope they'd come to me with negative like feedback too, though, because I'm not a mind reader. Can't fix it if you don't tell me. But yeah,
Takes a little time
you need to
sometimes.
come out when we come to St. Louis.
Yes, I believe if you guys are playing Lufuse, I believe I saw it on the schedule.
Yeah, it
So
was.
yes, so we'll make it happen, and we'll just be on the sort of the neutral side of things.
I told you.
Oh, I have to be on the neutral
You
side.
can. I'll compromise with you. You have a Junction shirt.
Yeah, that's.
You can wear. Do you have a Lou Fuse hat?
I have a shirt. Yes.
No, you don't have a Junction hat though. You have a Junction shirt.
No, I
What do you
yeah,
have that's not a shirt that has Lou Fuse on it? A scarf?
I nothing.
Well,
That's
then good. You're wearing a Junction shirt, and I win. So look at that.
well,
I
I
was
might
gonna
get it.
compromise and say like wear a Lou Fuse hat with a Junction shirt, but like no,
My, so
I
I will
win.
go. So I will go in as
Mm-mm.
my professional side, just like I do with when CD and I'm at the press box, where who I
Oh,
support, but I have to be on the professional side.
I don't like that answer. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Yeah. You call me Switzerland, so I'm
No,
always the
I,
peaceful one.
you know that I would never encourage that. You know that I would not encourage being neutral.
Oh, I'm Switzerland for
Mm-mm.
that one.
And I don't like that answer. We're gonna work on that.
Oh, fair. It has worked for me for quite a few years. Well,
I'm
yeah.
gonna see what I can get. I'll compromise. I'm gonna see what I can make happen accessory wise that is very prominently junction. So you can wear a Lou Fuse t-shirt with something junction.
It
I'll
doesn't
think on
help
that and get
when
back to you.
it doesn't look good when you're then at Lufuse facilities and then you see a whole bunch of they're like, isn't that Mo over there? Yeah. Well, we'll work on it.
You can tell them you're with the adult version of Make a Wish, and like I told you, I wanted you to wear a junction. Just that I have a dark sense of humor for anybody that has not caught
Oh
on,
boy.
that is watching. Like I have a dark sense of humor. I've been through it in life. I just laugh at this point. Just be like,
We'll
she
work
might
on
die
that
soon.
part.
No, I
We'll
don't think
work
it's
on
that
that.
serious. I'll find out tomorrow and I'll let you know. So,
All right. Fair enough. So other than that, so any final takeaways from this weekend?
man,
Just
let
one.
me just say, like, yeah, if you even have the slightest feeling in your gut that you might be interested in, like, am I able to build a soccer club? The answer is yeah, probably. It's easier than you think if you keep the right company.
Mhm.
And I know that people like me, there are tons of us out there, not just lower league club owners, but also just people that love the game, that work in multiple aspects of the game, that like we're more than willing to take on more friends and work with you and help make that happen because we need to grow the game the right way. the right
Good,
way.
good,
And
good
so
point.
I would just say, like, seriously, if we can do it in Central Illinois, when I tell you that, like, anytime I explain our situation here to anyone in any of my multiverse that I dabble in
Hmm.
soccer and football, they're, like, shocked. And it didn't hit me, like, I knew it was bad here, but it didn't hit me, like, really how bad it was here until, like, other people were, like, floored. And if we can make it work here with the little club that could, like, I guarantee you, as long as you keep good people in your corner, like, you can bring the beautiful game where you live too, and I would highly encourage that you do so. Highly, because the beautiful culture that comes with it, man, it makes it all the hard work worth it, honestly. It really does. That's what I took
Awesome.
away from this weekend.
Nice, nice, nice. And so, could you tell us a little bit more about the Me Too movement and
Her
the
game
partnership?
too.
Sorry.
Her game
Yeah.
too. Yep. Different things.
Yes. Yes. We'll
I
we'll
mean,
change
we
that one.
support both. Not no, I mean,
Her again. Yes.
yeah.
Well, we'll put that as the French guy messing things up. But yes. So how? So we do know that you had that partnership
Yes.
prior to that. So how did that then come around to flourish into now having the name on you guys' jersey and make that as pretty much now global because now you're
Yeah,
going
yeah. Global. It already was kind of we stole it a little bit, and I stole it because I we're very close with the girls in the UK. So it
right.
started in the UK.
Yes.
So um yeah, it started in the UK. They're massive. They just had their third birthday of the UK side this past week. Actually, the day that I got to wear a Junction women's jersey for the first time. So that was a
Nice.
very special moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, such a good third birthday to her game too present. So but yeah, um now here they're in France. They're in France. We're
I
we're
just
in
saw that.
France. We're
Yes.
in multiple countries now, but yeah, we're here in the USA as well. Um, so yeah, we got a cool team here in Hurricane 2 USA. Unfortunately, most of them are Liverpool supporters.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
I'm just teasing, but
Mm,
so they are, but they're a great group, and we are looking to grow. So if anybody's one, first of all, tons of ways to get involved. By the way,
mhm.
um, you can be an advocate at a club and you don't have to be with a club at all. Basically, all that is you're like, hey, I'm a safe person. If you, it's not just sexism, by the way. It started with just sexism. It's any sort of like hate or abuse or discrimination or anything. Um, basically, an ambassador can be like, hey, I'm the safe person, and we put them out there and we put their face out there, and people know that if they're at, let's say, a Junction event,
Mhm.
they can go find the ambassador or in our case it's anyone with our club because our whole club is a partner. Supporter sections can get involved independently. There's so many coaches, players, like so many different ways to get involved, and all it is just saying like, hey, like I support you and I'm safe, and if something happens, like you can come to me. That person or anyone with the club or whoever, they come to us, her game too, because I am with her game too. I forgot if I said that or not. I am with her game too. That's
Yes.
how it
Yeah.
got going in the first place. Um, so they come to us at her game too, or at Junction. Both are relevant.
Mhm.
And say like, hey, this happened, at this match or at this event or this tailgate or this anything. Honestly, we don't care if it was at Junction or not. Like that's the whole point. You're the safe person, and then we go and we take care of that in the proper ways from there so that it's being taken care of, but the victims aren't impacted any further than they already have been, unfortunately. And it did get started from a bunch of us that are just sick of it. We're sick of it, honestly. Like death threats, it's ridiculous. Why?
There's
Because we're
no point for
smart in
that for
football?
sport. Yeah.
No, really, but it's our very real reality. It's our and it's on social media. These people are bold, like they're boldly stupid. First of all, because it's illegal to be doing this, but they get away with it, which is what's messed up. But like, it doesn't affect me personally. That's why I got on board. And running my mouth on. I know that like people think I'm very aggressive. I'm really not. I hate that side. I'm a very introverted, like loving person and I prefer just chilling. But unfortunately, the way that I got to where I am is through her game too. So running my mouth on Twitter to guys that were being dicks, like, and I'm not gonna change that because it just keeps getting worse and worse. And I'm like, what the why? Because we're getting more attention, like because we're getting more support, but they get louder. The haters get louder as the support comes. It's you gotta learn to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, and it's social media, so anyone behind the keyboard
Exactly. You know,
feel a little bit more
um,
empowered.
but we
Um,
take that hit is basically what it is. We take that hit so that people don't have to do it. And we have made some pretty you can go on either of the websites and see some of the really cool things that we've done. We're
right.
working with the biggest clubs in the UK. I'm hoping to get there here in the States at all levels. So if anyone's watching this and wants to get involved with whether you're with the club or not, please come to us. We are actively adding to Her Game 2 USA. Man, like it's just something I'm passionate about, and I would have never have said, prior to getting involved with Her Game 2,
Hmm.
I knew sexism was a problem, right? But I would have never said like that it affected me, I guess. I was raised around all males. Most of the company I keep is males. Like I'm
Hmm.
tough. I'm tough. Like, man, though, when you attach Her Game 2 to your name, especially after I don't even want to put his name on air because he does not deserve it. But there is a washed up piece of garbage that outed us by name and encouraged people to come do bad things
Is that a former
and
soccer player?
yes,
Yeah, I think I
yeah,
know who you're
you
referring
do,
to. Yes,
but
yes.
yep, but we're not giving him attention because he doesn't deserve it. So but that made it a lot of us had to we actually I'm very thankful for the team for partnering with this company called Melp. Sophie and this company called Melp, they had to invest in a mental health application for us because the amount of hate and abuse that we receive just being women in the beautiful game. People don't believe us. But when I show them my DMs or even just straight up tweets, like telling us to like take a bullet to our head or like to take, just horrible things. And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to no one listens." When
Yeah,
do they
that's
listen, you know? When do they
that's
listen?
kind of
So,
funny for people not to say that it
but
exists
they do.
unless you're in your own bubble. But
But they
um,
do.
yeah, it's
Risking a $50 fine here, but even within the very own league that my men play in, and it's not the league itself. That's why I'm saying this clearly. It's just the individuals, and
yeah,
they know who they are, and I'm very loud about that. It's not a
it's rotten
secret.
apples.
Yeah,
Plenty of them.
exactly. But I'm just saying that I have to deal with it even with Junction, my happy place. Like,
Yeah,
it sucks. So, yes, I put Her Game 2 on our warm up jerseys. Loud, bold. If I'm putting my own mental health into this, I have I have never broke down in my life the way that I have broke down from stress. Not even like stress because we were doing bad, stress because I care so much about this club.
yeah,
I had
it's
Adam on
your
the
own
other
baby.
like I was stress vomiting over the badge, over the jerseys.
Mhm.
I've never stress vomited before in my life before I had Junction FC because I'm a perfectionist.
Hey,
But man, I wanted to put Her Game
you're in
2
for 110%. So
loud and proud on the
which
front.
is always appreciated, and you see the effect now. You have boys and girls playing
Show
to
do.
different states and coming back to your own. This
Man, you are right,
it
huh? That is really happening, huh?
sure
Dang,
is. Hey, the
sure is.
posts are there, the videos are there, the games are
Like,
there. People are
I was
watching.
there. Like, it
So
happened. I'm pretty
yes,
sure, right? Like, dang. Yeah.
so it's
Dreams
always
come
the
true,
first of
man.
everything. So that's one of those
Yeah.
things that no one can ever take away from you because
Never, 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 never.
you started something that not many people would do.
Yeah, you're right. I
And then
really
you
did,
have
didn't
great
I?
coaches, partners,
Man, they're all
you know?
amazing, dude. They're all
Yes.
amazing. We have more announcements coming. Like we're just now kind of it's been me being just not having energy. We're just now kind of catching up on Bryce just graduated and
Yep, I
we've all
saw
had,
that.
we've been crazy busy with, our own seasons and stuff like
And I owe
and
you a website too. So
no, it's okay. Like so yeah, we're just now kind of catching up on things. So we're about to start announcing things that we should have announced a long time ago that have been in the works, to be honest. So it's gonna look like we're just now doing some of these things, but like they've
Right.
been done. I'm not the designer. My stuff does not look good. Like we've all been just chaotic. So you're about to get a bunch of announcements at once from Junction. But I'm very
I,
excited about
hey, we're
them.
waiting for it.
Theme nights and more partners and events, more jersey footage, home jerseys.
Mhm.
What else? What else? What else? I don't know. A lot of things. I'm tired.
So where are all
Um,
the
yeah,
others?
what time is it? I don't even know.
It's a 9:16.
Well, most of them travel.
Yes,
So,
and quite
um,
far too.
yes, because Mondays are our nights where we're in Rantoul. So they're really traveling. Some guys go 2 hours to training
Oof.
on a Monday night. Yeah. When I tell
Hey,
you we're
we can
underserved in
always
Central Illinois, but right
we
now,
can always pause and come back. It's
yeah, I
if
mean,
they won't.
I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm just here hanging out. So you,
Hey, that's so yeah. So I think so. While we jump over, well, we went to England, so that's a very good
mhm.
start. So I know that you have a special team that you follow in the EPL. That I don't know if you want to say that out loud as much, but how are you feeling about
The women's
Manchester
side?
United?
Which side? I'll talk about the women's side.
Well, let's start with the women's side first.
Yeah. I mean, they're amazing. And like, so first of all, let me make it clear that when I grew up, all that I had to choose from was Manchester United. Cause like, especially when I was younger, like soccer was never on TV.
Right.
It was on TV like Easter and it was always a Manchester United game. So let me just preface,
Make sure to set
right?
the record straight.
Sometimes hindsight is 2020.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm not saying that I've regretted my years of supporting Manchester United. I'm not. It's been great. I got to watch the
Yeah,
class in 92. I mean, I
a
got
good
to
one.
reflect on it later because that was only 3 years after I was born, but still, like, I got to, like, watch them and obviously, I got to Sir Alex Ferguson, man, freaking great. Watch him. Isn't he like a knight or whatever they call it
Yep,
in the
he's Sir Alex
Sir? Yeah.
Ferguson.
Well, I
Yes,
knew that, but is it a knight that makes you a sir? Or is
I,
it like a,
I guess
I don't know.
the Queen did the whole thing, so I
I
guess so.
feel like I feel like we should probably at least imagine because I'm imagining the whole suit of armor with a sword. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna keep that in my mind right
he
now.
had
He's
that
a knight.
moment, except
He
for
did.
that. But
Yeah,
yes,
that's what I'm saying. No, in my mind right now, he's a knight. Okay.
hmm
No, there's just been some things and people that they support that I don't get behind very publicly, and I won't do it on a live stream, but like so it's been rough within the last few years. Uh
oh yes,
so the women have always been the safe side, though. So thank you for
yeah.
that, women, for not being garbage. So, but honestly, to be honest, I've seen highlights on social media. I've been way too busy to follow any matches like in full or anything. I could not even show you. I couldn't even tell you like I think maybe I've watched maybe 3 goal highlights total outside of a Junction match
Right.
over the weekend. And that was like because I happened to pull them up as I pulled up social media to work on something Junction. So like this weekend I just what even happened besides I saw they won.
Yes, even though my other side, which is Chelsea, has won 4 in a row. So,
Hmm.
but
But I'm
yes,
not gonna hate on that though with Emma.
yes, and the nice thing about their league though is that their attendance it's like growing every season, and they're
Hmm.
literally filling out. Unfortunately, they have them play in smaller stadium at first, but now it's like Chelsea, for example. They're literally saying they're going to play at Stamford Bridge because of the attendance, which is surpassing um, many, almost, let's be honest, MLS teams to begin with. So yes, so it's
Can I
definitely
just
showing a
say,
lot more, and their skills. I watched the entire Women's World Cup. You know, it shows you the level of playing that some of them you put them with the boys, they probably will whoop them.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah. It that, and then again, to just not even me, but like my friends in the UK side of the hurricane too, they had a huge hand in that actually. If you look like on the socials on the website, that's one thing that they push heavy that we are wanting to do here in America, and that's why we're
mhm,
looking for clubs to work with, is push that, raise the attendance by pushing them, pushing their matches, especially women's side, but anyone that wants to partner with Hurricane too.
yeah,
So we just announced like on our third birthday, but like that they got to push this to they weren't the only ones by any means. The Lionesses had massive oh my god, duh, hello.
hey,
They
they're
weren't the
winning,
only ones.
so yeah,
I'm
that's
just
what
saying that it's
happens.
also very special. Like additionally, on top of all the historical stuff that has happened in England with
Right.
women's football, like additionally, it's just really cool for my friends, like my personal friends to have directly had a hand in that is really fun.
Yeah,
So they just I mean nominated for another award. Like so, but
that's
yeah,
that's how it starts.
watching the game grow all over the world, here too, but, through their eyes, through the group chats, through their posts, because they post from those matches,
Right.
they're at those matches and they're posting, doing their work at those record-breaking attendances, and yeah, I mean, just watching the women's game grow when my story is just that no soccer at all still where I live, like, it's
Baby
amazing,
steps,
it
maybe.
gives me hope. It gives
Yes.
me hope that there's hope in the world. So,
Awesome. So yes, so let's take a look here.
what time is it?
So it's almost 9:30. So what we're going to do is
I'm gonna die is what I'm gonna do.
yes. So I have to do a little trip to do a pickup, which is my daughter
Deal.
pickup. So maybe if you text them to see if they're
Okay
want to
then.
come now or they're too tired, but just let them, you know, have a feel of how they would like to, if they want to join or postpone
Yeah.
it for another time. But I will be back in about 30 minutes
Okay.
if
Same
you're not
link.
asleep.
Yeah, see, that was what I was gonna say was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be back. I have legit my
Yes.
appointment at the cancer place tomorrow morning, so I'm
Yes.
probably going to bed. But I'll
So
text
we're
the boys
yes. So we'll do that. You let me
and the
know,
girls or whoever the hell
and
wants to come, I guess.
I will
So
be on. So I'll send you a text. You
okay,
let me know, and we'll see you maybe in a little bit.
probably not. Not me. I'm going to bed.
All right. So we'll talk
Bye,
tomorrow.
internet. I'm going to bed. I'll text you, but I'm not getting back on camera.
All
Love
right. Take
y'all.
care. Good. Nice tattoo, though.
What? Oh yeah, yes.
Yes.
It really came in handy when I had a player last fall. He was a foreign exchange student and he was from Haiti.
Mhm.
And his host family had been speaking French to him the whole time. And like I was the one that figured out like this kid speaks Haitian Creole.
Yep.
Even through Google Translate, you're talking to him wrong. But like before people were telling me that they were speaking the wrong language to him, I was using this.
So
I was
just
like, Harrison,
nice.
Harrison, like, like it was so funny, but yeah,
I think
okay.
that's a great idea. Yes.
It was great. A beautiful game.
All right. So let me know, and we'll go from there. Hope you have
Sounds
a good
good.
one.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Bye. I don't know how to turn it off.